All right. Good evening, Vice Mayor and council members. On behalf of Occupy Sacramento, I'd like to thank you for hearing us. With that, I'll just get right into it. The Occupy movement is a gathering of citizens that have come together because we recognize that there are a lot of problems in this country right now. The economy is in a state of peril with no known solution in sight. Joblessness is at an all-time high since the Great Depression. Underemployment strongly supersedes this and affects an estimated 33% of the American population.
We are in the fierce urgency of now, that this is a fundamental constitutional issue. These individuals are exercising their First Amendment right to peaceably assemble and petition their government for redress of grievances. There is no legislative body that has the power to abridge or abrogate that right. I ask the City Council please consider the fact that that is exactly what they're doing if they fail to allow these individuals to continue to peaceably assemble overnight.
I love my country, and I have never considered it unpatriotic to tell its story in a straightforward and unvarnished fashion.
A teacher at a cooperative preschool, a volunteer at my church, a wife, daughter, sister, and friend, and I was arrested on Saturday night for occupying Cesar Chavez Park.
I was arrested on October 7th and October 9th for exercising my First Amendment right of freedom of assembly in Cesar Chavez Park, along with 32 others.
We are here because we choose to no longer live in a world that perpetuates endless wars. We are here because we choose to no longer live in a world that protects elitists while the common man has to beg for the basic human needs. We are here because we are the change. We are redefining what this nation will mean to the rest of the world.
You know, the purpose of the anti-camping ordinance is to keep the sidewalks clear and passable. That's the purpose. It's stated in the ordinance. Sidewalks are clear and passable when people are camping on the river. They're clear and passable when people are in the park. The fact is, the other night people got up and walked around so they wouldn't get arrested. Guess what they did when they walked around? They clogged the sidewalks all night. So what's your point? I mean, just let this thing go. It's un-American. It's un-American that a person can't lay down on a piece of ground. I'm done.
Honorably. And right now they come home to no jobs, a destroyed economy, and they end up homeless.
Why aren't you doing the city's business instead of this stuff about Washington? But the fact is, you can't do the city's business because Wall Street has you by the balls, as it has all of us by the balls, and you know that. All of you know that.
You will be able to say to your friends and family, I was there and I stood with the people who were opposed to the affront to our democracy of 1% controlling it. Or, on the other hand, you can say, I want our police, I want our tax dollars to be used every night to arrest a group of peaceful people who you know are going to come back the next day and do it again. I want our tax dollars to be used to prosecute people in the courts, even though you know almost every one of those cases will be dismissed or will result in a not guilty verdict, because you know that lawyers like me will defend them for free. And you know that it will, and you know that it will happen. It will happen, unfortunately, that some police officer, some very nice man who joined the police force to help this community will be tired and will be frustrated, and he will hurt a protester. He won't want to, but it will happen. And that person will sue the city. And a lawyer like me will be forced to sue the city. I don't want to do it. Please stop me from doing it.
What happened to my crowd? You guys were doing so good. What happened?
This is not an issue that faces just Sacramento or New York. These are issues that face the entire planet. We are reaching a convergence of crisis, economically, spiritually, socially,